Your brain has quietly been making you conform your entire life, and not through force, but rather through fear. And it happens so quickly and so seamlessly, you're probably not even catching it. You're standing in the store and a shirt catches your eye. You pick it up and something inside of you, before you even have a chance to think, says yes. The thing you do next is turn to the person that you came with and ask them their opinion on the shirt. If they say that they like it, you will likely buy it. If they say they don't, you'll put it back, and chances are you won't purchase it. And what happens there is where the real gold is at. So the reason that you care about what other people think and let it trump your own opinion is because conformity historically meant survival. The millions of years ago, if you didn't conform to the group and were an outlier, you could be ostracized, and that could mean certain death. But that hasn't been true for a very long time, and unfortunately we still have these systems that make us feel like we're standing on the savannah when we're really stopping and standing in a department store trying to pick out a shirt. And this happens so quickly you don't even necessarily realize it, and I'm sure a lot of us can even identify with this, and this has probably happened to you multiple times before. It may not necessarily always be with a shirt, but it could be with anything that you're shopping for. And that first impulse is the true goal. That quick thing that happens in a split, half second, is your real authentic self speaking. It's what you really want, what you really like. And before you allow yourself to listen to this, you'll seek out the opinion of someone close to you that happens to be with you, and maybe your spouse or friend or whoever you're shopping with. And you want to make sure that this is something that will still allow you to conform and be a part of the tribe, which of course is no longer true or necessary. And if they say, no, it won't, which is not what they're really going to say, but they're going to say they don't like it, and you allow that signal from another person, you usurp your own opinion, and so you put the shirt back. And this happens in many phases of our life. It's not obviously just showing up in department stores, but in every decision to make with regard to relationships, careers, jobs, business ideas you didn't pursue because you got the opinions of others and they shot it down. But this is killing your true authentic self and the true value you can bring to this world. All your sorts of unique thinking and the real you. And so what you need to do is teach yourself to be able to recognize this. And a lot of times we do stuff like what I just mentioned in the store without even realizing it. But if you start paying attention, you'll catch that signal, and it's really marked by the emotion of excitement. So you'll feel excitement and say, oh, I like this thing. And it's followed super quickly by fear. And that fear is the voice of conformity kicking in and asking you, is this really possible? Is this really true? Is this a good idea? How will this be received by others? And that is what will get you off track. It'll make you a watered down version of yourself, and you'll ignore your authentic self. So that's the real goal, is starting to train yourself to listen to that quick first impulse that's very fast. And there's a great section in The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho where he talks about, it's where Santiago, the protagonist, is having an internal dialogue with himself between his brain and his heart, essentially. And his heart says that when it is ignored, it starts to whisper, because when a heart speaks to a person and it's ignored, it's very painful and it creates this internal conflict. So it learns to whisper to you. So to make that voice louder, you're going to have to start listening to it more. And you'll be able to tune into it more and more as time goes on. And you'll find that you'll feel so much better just being your true authentic self, honoring your true choices. We all make these watered down choices and basically choose what other people validate and wonder why we feel so empty inside and don't find the fulfillment and joy in life that we think it should have. And it's because we're making choices for other people instead of ourselves. So start to pay attention to those little signals. Maybe you can start with small things like that. And just pay attention maybe in the next 24 hours. See where this is showing up for you, because we all do it way more than we think. And once you learn to recognize it, that fear is not going to go away. That second signal, the fear, it stays there, but you can start to have a different relationship with it. Once you see it, then you can choose. Instead of being run by it, then you can say, okay, this is just that signal that is trying to make me conform, but also causing me to ignore my true self. So start paying attention. And if you can relate to this story, drop me a comment and send me a message and let me know where this shows up for you, because I'd love to hear about it. If this resonates or changes the way you see things, please hit subscribe, as I drop videos like this on a regular basis. Take care.